Welcome back to In the Garden. I am joined with Jordan from Grange Co-op, and today we're talking about unique ways to feed the birds here in Southern Oregon. So if you are an avid bird feeder, there is multiple different ways that you can, feed the birds here. We have some, a lot of different options here. Jordan, how about you start us off in talking about what this does, suet.
Sure. So we talked about with our general bird mixes that a lot of birds will have a variety of things they like, but some birds a little bit more niche in what they prefer. Suets and your bird blocks, your seed blocks, are going to be great for your clingers. So woodpeckers, flickas, nuthatches, they all are used to be on the sides of trees. They're going after sap and bugs, and this really fits for their foraging style.
Okay.
These blocks can be as simple as it's nailed into the thick bark of a tree, or if you want something a little bit less messy, you can use a specialized feeder for them. They even come in special styles like this combo, where you can use your traditional feed mix in the hopper and your suet blocks on the side.
Right on the side, cool. And we also have the other options, like we have some dried up worms, and we have some other types of unique seeds that other birds might like.
Sure. So the mealworms are definitely going to be for the birder who really likes to treat their backyard visitors, especially with an American icon, which is the western bluebird. They're really popular on the edges of forests and pastures, so some suburban folks might actually have these and not really realize it, but they're strict insectivores. They're not going to visit your traditional feeders. But if you choose to put these out there and they find them after a bit, even getting to the habit of ringing a bell will attract them and other birds, and you'd be surprised how quickly they respond to you.
That's, I think, is super, super cool. And another thing that birds recognize are these little socks right here. And you can put this seed. Remind me of the name of it again?
It's Niger thistle.
Niger thistle. So you can put this kind of seed in these socks, and the birds recognize the sock.
Yeah, the American goldfinch is a bright yellow thing. You can't miss them in the breeding season, and they show up in huge flocks. And Niger thistle is kind of notorious for being not as economical as your bird seed mixes. Personally, it's one of my faves, and I would prioritize it over the others. But because it's a specialty seed, it's so small, you have to have a special feeder for it. However, if someone just wants to try it, certainly trying one of these small socks just to give it see who will show up. It's a great idea. I think people will be surprised how readily their native birds will adapt to these.
Okay. Well, is there anything else that people who want to get into feeding the birds?
Just like we talked about your general bird seed mixes, try to rotate your seed mix so it doesn't go bad. Keep in mind, have a bird-friendly landscape. And like I said, this is a very easy hobby to get to, but it can be very enjoying.
Very enjoying. All right. Well, if you guys want to learn more information about how to, learn from the experts and learn how to, properly feed the birds here in Southern Oregon, you can go visit a Grange Co-op store, or you can head to our website at kdrv.com. Thank you so much for joining us in the garden.